Hello there, this is John Hall from Right Here Pens. Today we're going to be looking at something new from Italy, Pineider. They've been stationers in Florence, I think, since 1742, and they've finally decided to bring out a range of pens. And I'm going to show you what the Avatar looks like. So without further ado, we'll drop down to the table and have a go with them. Okay then, these are they, as you will see in terms of colour, although they've probably got fancier names. We have a red one, a black one, a pink one, pinkish, a grey one, a blue one and a turquoise one. And we'll take a look at them in a little bit more detail. So let's pop some of these away and we'll keep hold on to the red one, I think. There we go. There it is. And as you'll see, it's variegated resin. It might look slightly familiar, and I suppose one of the reasons for this is that the designer of these pens is none other than Dante del Vecchio, who founded Visconti in the 1980s. Now there have been sort of various shenanigans in Visconti. He's no longer associated with them, and so he's now working with Pineider to create new pens, and this is the range that's taken our fancy, partly because they look good, they're reasonably priced, and most importantly I think the nib is at least interesting. So let's take a little bit of a closer look. In terms of weight, it's reasonably heavy for this sort of pen. It's obviously a resin pen. Weighs 32 grams. The body is around 20 grams and the cap about 12. It does post. There we go. And as you'll see, it's a nice big nib. And I quite like that. I quite like a big nib. There we are. I will give it a writing test in a minute, but we'll say a little bit more about it first. So, there we go. Let's have a look in more detail. So, there's rather nice detailing around the barrel, around the cap band here. So, I don't know whether we can read the writing here. It says Pineider. And it probably says Florence somewhere. Oh look, and there's the Duomo. Wow, so it's a very Florentian pen. And let's have a look elsewhere. You'll see that the clip looks like a feather. Yes. So possibly bringing up ideas with the quill here. And when we look at the way that it operates, there we are. It's a sprung clip, which is a nice thing to get on a pen of this price. You'll also notice that the knob end, is metal, which is interesting. Now, in terms of length, capped, this is 15 centimetres. Open, it's about 13.5 centimetres. And posted, about 17 centimetres. Now, I don't normally post actually, and I'm not sure I'd need to. This is pretty comfortable. And actually this is pretty comfortable too. There we go. So, post if you wish, don't if you don't. Another thing to notice is the slight swelling here at the bottom. This will stop your fingers slipping down if you're one of these people, and I know there are quite a lot of you who really like something like this at the end of the pen to stop your fingers slipping down onto the nib. This is very much for you. You'll like this. And we'll take a bit of a look inside, a quick look inside. There we go. Tiny cause for concern. You may need to be cautious here because you've got a metal metal threads screwing into resin. So, right, okay, I mean, if you're cautious, it's not going to cause a problem. I'm afraid that many problems with pens are caused by, no, I shan't say user error, that would be terrible, wouldn't it? But infelicities of use, possibly. There we go. Now, as you'll see, it comes with a converter. Now, that is a very nice touch, and one that's increasingly rare, with even quality expensive pens around the £100, £150 mark. So, well done, Pineider. That's really brilliant. Okay, now we've had a bit of a look at it. One more thing that I do want to draw your attention to, because I love it. One of the things I struggle with as I get older and older, and my eyes get less and less effective, is being able to see the letter that indicates the nib size. And I don't know whether you can see it, I'll find out in a moment, but there's a very large friendly F on this that even I can see very easily. And I think you'll find on the ones that are medium, there will be an equally large and equally friendly M. So I've got to say, thank you, Dante del Vecchio, from us older pen shop owners. This is really helpful. I'm just going to switch off for a moment while I set things up for a bit of a writing test. So back in a moment. Okay then, here we go. The important thing with any pen, how does it write? Now this is the fine nib. So what we are looking at here is a Pineider Avatar with a fine nib. There we go, I've mentioned the product, that's always a good thing to do, isn't it? It's also red. Now, I think there's a bit of life to this nib, so let's just, ooh. I mean, you know, it's not full flex by any stretch, but actually there's a real decent degree of variation there, I think. So, where again, I wish I could write, but there we go. Others who can will do a better job than this. As you can see, it writes in every direction. What a surprise. There we are. And it will probably do numbers as well, and it does. So that's actually that feels nice. I like that. I could live with that. And there's, yes, just that little bit of interest, that little bit of feedback that I think takes it away from being everyday ordinary steel nib to something that's got a little bit more going for it. Now here we have, as you will see I hope, because the large friendly M, a medium nib. So let's see what we're doing. The ink incidentally is my last bottle of Omas Purple, which is nearly finished now. So, well that's Avatar with a medium nib. And at once you can see there's a significant difference in the line width, and it's smooth, enjoyable, and I can't spell turquoise. Or can I? Yes I can. No, that's all right. Or I have missed another U out, so I don't know. Anyway, who knows? So let's have a look and see whether we get variation here. No pressure, a little pressure, a little more pressure. And again, well that looks better. We're getting, I think, just a little bit here that turns it from everyday into something that might actually be quite fun. And I've got to say it's very, very pleasant nib to use. Oh gosh, it does numbers too. That's brilliant. There we are. There we are. So, oh, spell Avatar properly. There we go. Right. Okay. What do we think? Well, I got to say, I was a little uncertain about the looks when we first saw these. It's just slightly, I'm not quite sure what the word is, but just a teeny little bit ornate, chintzy, something like that. But, I don't think I'd have any difficulty overcoming that because I have thoroughly enjoyed writing with it. It's a very nice pen, and the nib on a £120 pen, I think, is well worthy of consideration. The detailing on the pen, as I said, is really lovely, and I've actually looked at it a little bit more. We've actually got a roofscape of Florence here, and it's really, really attractive and takes me back to visits there. The resins, lovely, actually, absolutely lovely. I suppose the thing that I'm a bit uncertain about is the shape and the metal nub on the end, but I don't know. It's entirely up to you. I mean, aesthetics is entirely up to the individual. If you like the look of it, you will be snapping this up. If you don't like the look of it, I think you should still think about it because it really does feel nice, and it's very obviously a high quality product at a price that is really excellently affordable. So I hadn't tried one of these before I did this video, so this really is pretty much an unboxing. I've got to say the boxes are pretty special too. I should have included that, but there you go. A good product, a really good product, a nice pen. Go for it.